Okay, let's have a talk. So now that all the allure of this Lenovo Yoga Book 9i has worn off, we gotta talk about this, bro, because there's some things I absolutely love about this thing, and there's some things that, as you can see, you can't really open it with one hand. That, yeah, it ain't it, bro. But let's get into it, man. So, first off, I want to say that this thing is absolutely beautiful. That's without a doubt. This thing is absolutely beautiful. But when you are someone like me who needs that productivity at the same time, beauty doesn't always meet function, right? And in this case, that's what it is. It's just beautiful. Two OLED screens on a laptop. You can enable features like the virtual keyboard, the tactile feel, the haptics of the keyboard. It's all fine and well, but when practicality doesn't meet functionality, that's when I have a problem with this laptop. Now, I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong. And in this case, I was wrong. Like I said, after all the allure and all that good stuff wore off about this actual product that is amazingly beautiful, there's some things that I just don't like about it. Now, the things that I do like about it are, again, the dual OLED panels, right? This thing is ultra lightweight. Let's see, we got the virtual keyboard here. The speakers are freaking amazing in this thing because the speakers, unlike some laptops where you have the downward firing speakers, or like on a, let's say, a more expensive, I wouldn't say more expensive, but on the MacBook Pros, the speakers are up top right next to your keyboard. This one, Lenovo actually took it to a next level and they put the speakers built into the hinge. Now that is some clever engineering, and they sound amazing. So those things are things that I actually just really like about this laptop. Now, there also is a stand that goes with this to where you can actually prop it up and add your keyboard and use your mouse, and you actually have the functionality of both screens. No virtual keyboard. The keyboards connect via Bluetooth and the mouse connects via Bluetooth seamlessly, right? And it actually is a great media consumption, productivity. It's great in those aspects when you use it as prescribed with the stand, the keyboard, and the mouse, right? Now, where my issues come into is when you're actually using it as a traditional laptop. One screen, keyboard, trackpad. Or you add the keyboard on top of the glass. That's one of the things that I just don't like about this product, because when you snap that keyboard onto the glass, it's sitting on top of glass and using magnets to stay on there, but it still wobbles, right? That's problem number one. Problem number two is that I work in the dark sometimes at night when I'm doing homework or editing videos, whatever, right? The keyboard keys aren't backlit. The only keys that's backlit is the escape key, the caps lock. That's it. The only keys that are backlit. Unless I'm missing something, I went through every setting, whatever, with the keyboard. It's not backlit. Doesn't even look like it could be backlit. So that's another thing. Now, the other issue I was running into is when you have the keyboard on here and you're using the trackpad, you're sliding on glass. So my fingers tend to get stuck when I'm dragging or clicking on something. And it was making it very, very frustrating to maneuver or slide windows from the bottom screen to the top screen, do the Windows Snap feature, all of those things. So I felt like that and the backlit keyboard, backlit list keyboard, were things that I just can't compromise on when I'm working with this laptop. Now, the screens have, Windows have this thing where you drag the screens and you can snap them in place based on what grid you choose. Now, there's a lot of options for that. But what I found out is when you have your keyboard on there, sometimes it drags to the bottom screen and your stuff is lost unless you take your keyboard off and move that window back to the front. Not optimized well at all. So instead of being a thing to cut down on your productivity time, I found it more increasing my frustration and productivity um, delays. You know what I mean? So am I going to keep this at the price point of $18.99? No, I am not. Reason being, those things may sound like they are like nitpicks, but I'm coming from a MacBook Pro, which in these terms, it's still old because I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip in it, 16 gigs of RAM, 10 cores, all of that, right? But when it comes to this Intel i7 13 Gen Evo chip that's in this computer, it doesn't hold a candle to the M1 Pro chip, which is 2 years old now. They actually own the M3 processor now. So yeah, actually it may even be 4 years old, but who knows? Um, so that would be the main proponent of me actually not keeping this product. It's great. I love it. I love the screens. I love the contrast ratio. Again, these are OLED panels on this laptop, but for the price, I can't justify and keep this thing at that price point with the things that I've discussed. Mainly the processor, because I do a lot of video editing, and for whatever reason, well, I know the reason. Yeah, it's not gonna cut it. It's not slow, not at all. So I go from a processing time on a video to from on the MacBook Pro, probably about 2 minutes. This thing is about 3.5 minutes, maybe. So it's not a big deal, but when you're coming from an ultra fast computer that you can do things and get it out there quick, this ain't it. And the fan noise is another thing that actually gets me. I've had a MacBook Pro for so long, I I don't know how to deal with fan noise anymore. Like it's one of those things that's more of an annoyance, and the heat that's generated at the bottom of this thing because again, it's so thin, there's nowhere really for the heat to dissipate, only then go down. So yeah, I will be returning this and we will find something else because I really do need a Windows laptop. For work purposes, I have a MacBook Pro, another MacBook Pro, and that one has the M2 Pro chip in it. Um, but yeah, I can't I can't see myself doing it, man. I can't do it. I, if you're looking for something that, if you're just in the media consumption, emails, browsing the web, this thing is amazing. But for what I do with my laptop, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I can plug up my MacBook and yeah, hook it up to an external display and call it art. And I have that dual screen functionality. Now this, yeah, I need a Windows computer though, just because of school work. Well, my future work in cybersecurity, most of these places they deal with Windows, and I need to become more familiar again with Windows because that's all I knew for a while until I ventured into the land of Mac, and it's been all Mac since then. So I have a Windows desktop, don't use it. It's too big. I don't know why I bought it, but it's too big, so I don't really use it. So I need a Windows laptop that could handle what I need to throw at it if I decide to get rid of my MacBook Pro. So, because I mean, I'll still have one. I have the other MacBook Pro, but this one's a 14-inch that for work. So, if I just need that itch for Mac, I have that one too. Plus, the wife has a MacBook Air. So, that's it in a nutshell, man. I can't do it. I can't justify spending $18.99, $2,100 with tax on that. Yeah, it's dope. Don't get me wrong. It is super dope. If you just want to do basic things with your computer, if you want that wow factor, you want to blow people away when you open it up, for the floss factor, the stunting, all of that, whatever, media consumption, all of those things, right? The basic laptop needs. This is the way to go. But for me and what I do, it ain't it. It ain't it. I did see Asus ZenBook has one with dual screens, and it has a keyboard that fits over the entire screen. So, and it comes in at a price point cheaper than this one. It comes in at a price point of $15.99. Not sure if I want to venture off and try it. I think I've tried it and I realized that I just need a standard Windows laptop, powerhouse type. Not specifically an Ultrabook, but that would be probably ideal for me. So that's all I got, man. It's gotta go, bruh. I'm your boy Money Matt, bruh. If you enjoyed my rant on the Lenovo Yoga Book 9i, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel where we get into a whole lot of other stuff besides tech. We do sneakers, we do electronics, and sometimes we get our hands on some toys. So, I'm out of here, man. Let me get back to doing what I was doing for the day and possibly go back to Best Buy and take this back today. See you in the next one. Peace.